be a good site in Northamptonshire. A forgotten abandoned lakeside area full of junk from local metal scrap yards and car yards that was a mecca for finding grass snakes and toads, because obviously the two went hand in hand, and common lizards. And as I grew older, that site changed. It got neglected, not used for any dumping, and it became woodland or scrubland, hawthorn scrub and bramble scrub. So all the open ground that the reptiles loved had vanished and nature had changed. And the only grass snake I found there in recent years was about 5 foot off the ground, basking in a hawthorn bush. They do what they've got to do, they do what they want to do, and I keep some snakes in a rack system, and when we say, well, it's okay because it's a fossorial species or it's a small animal that doesn't climb, they do all kinds of things when they're given the natural opportunity to do so. Just like this viperine snake that technically has no particular reason to be climbing up there. But it looks kind of cool. Anyway, it's feeding time. So we've got chick legs, we've got some mice, we've got fish, we've got water to make everything juicy, we've got a day-old cockerel or two in there. We're all going to be swished around and soaked in that fishy watery juice. And then we've got to get them out of here down onto their feeding thing. So let's have a look. So if you look at that, it's a plant-based saucer, plastic with one side cut out. That means it kind of contains the food, but the snakes can get really easy access, especially those smaller ones. Not only do they learn where the food is when you keep them in outdoor enclosures, and communally, there's grass snakes and viperines in here. We put a big mixture of food from very fine pieces till we're going the size of adult mice and day-old cockerels. They soon smell that food and they learn where to get it. And the big snakes do take the big items. So we've got to get it down into there without climbing in and messing around. And we're going to do that with that. But it doesn't always go to plan. So if I put you over here, hang on. It's not going to work. Let's put you on here, or even here. I don't think it's going to work. No. What is that? So the 16 foot by 8 foot adder area, unfortunately, is just something that is a weed haven that we regularly weed, but I've left it at the moment just for butterflies and things. Sadly, open at the weekends, we just can't get enough people to come out to make it worth me spending £2,000 on building that, which was all part of the plan 2 years ago now, and getting a DWA licence from the council, who haven't really issued one ever, I don't think, here, and just passing the buck. So a lot of hassle pushing them along to get a licence, and expensive, because they make it expensive as much as they can to put you off here in Northamptonshire. Did apply for one years ago to keep beaded lizards, and as often is the case, just a run around and everything, because no one wants to sign off a DWA. Someone's just moved down there and I've missed it, but yeah, too hot under there for me slow ones. So very sad, because I was hoping that to be the absolute feature point of these outdoor enclosures. It was a large naturalistic adder area, which they're just so not tame, they're just not flighty like grass snakes, they're just so photogenic, they're out all the time. But yeah, you try these things, and that's what you can do, put your all into it, and sometimes things just don't work. We just can't get enough people to actually come out. Look at this beautiful second generation comma. Look at that. Oh, there it is. Oh, too late. So much different colour. First year, early season, first brood, first generation. They are much darker colour. In the late summer, the second generation. Oh, did you see that? A wasp actually chased it off. What a greedy thing. I'll talk you through it. I'm going to pick it up with this. Very difficult. This is not as good as it could be for this job, and it's quite heavy. We're going to tip some of that water out. We're going to lower it down into there. Hang on, into there, and tip it out. And they'll be out to get it soon. Not one out, is there? They know out really quick, aren't they, when you feed them? Wow. Look at the sand lizards. I can get through the wire. Look at that, full zoom, but oh, doubled in size easily. So they're getting crickets and even small cockroaches thrown in. Only every couple of weeks, but if you look at the, you can't see it, the plants flowering there, covered in flies. There's a lot of natural food in there. Where's it gone? Look at that. I haven't seen one for ages. Beautiful. So they're 8 foot by 8 foot enclosure. Spotting them isn't always easy. Have a look at the flies down there. I'm sure they're a challenge to catch, but it looks like they're certainly catching some stuff. And the next door, and the viperines, there's one now. Well, there's 2 big grass snakes out, but they are quick to retreat grass snakes, especially when they're in a place. The public only walk one once at the weekend or one day of the week, so they're not really, they're a flighty species and they're not really acclimated the same, and very wild in their mind when they're outdoors, for sure. Those natural reactions. Little male viperine there. Anyway, we'll feed them later. So Tommy and I are whispering, forgetting that snakes haven't got their boys will just drop their food in for the week. And this time we said we're just going to sit and watch them. Now they are shy because we're here, but it just shows how these animals smell with those tongues when there's food. I have to say fish does smell, but a viperine just came whizzing out of nowhere and then shied away. A grass snake's just stuck its head out. I can't actually see it, Tommy.
There's 2 viperines coming to the bowl.
Wow. Wow, that's like that David Attenborough thing when they come out for the old hatchling lizards. Look at them 2. 2 males, look. Wow. Look at that. For how long's that food been there? Literally 3 minutes?
If that, yeah. Straight
down. Look at that. So one thing I forgot to put in, which I normally do, and that's chick legs. Another one coming now. It's a bit meatier. Fish all seems to be quickly digested, and these are getting fed once a week. But the meatier things, like when you put rat pups in there as well, it definitely fills them up a bit more. I've never actually studied, have we, and watched them actually coming out. Gonna get the whole chick now, isn't it? Quite greedy little things, viperines. Oh no, it's not.
More confident.
Look at this. Snake, aren't they? Yeah, so people that don't agree with keeping snakes cohabiting, you miss out on so much behaviour. Look at them. It's going to be like, you smell like fish, I'll swallow you now, Dave's singing the virtues of cohabiting. God, snakes are dumb, aren't they? I'm just saying, yeah, how do they even get food in the wild? There we go. dog with a bone, isn't it?
There's another viperine on its way.
Oh, look at it go! Look how quick that was! Jesus, it's chasing all. There's a whole load of food. It's chasing the male with its food. Look. Oh, look, there's one over there. It's run off with it. I didn't realise. Wow. How funny is that, isn't it? Like, that was literally going to steal its food, wasn't it? And how quickly did it get away as well? Grass snake's gone in now.
Surprised you think they're bigger. You think they're...
Yeah, I find the little things are more braver than the big animals, aren't they?
I suppose they have to be, don't they?
Yeah, look at it chasing that one because it can smell the food. It'd be nice if a big grass snake cruised over here and ate one of those mice, wouldn't it? I wonder if it's laid any eggs. They don't look as fat now, do they?
No.
Like there's a whole smorgasbord and it can't work out where it is. Grass snake's gone in now. Eating that viperine snake.
I went in the pond with it.
And then anywhere now. Yeah, but there's no grass snakes out at all, is there?
That's quite a big one, mate.
Yeah, it was. Big female. Action over. Just finally worked it out. Female's not going to flee. It's going to fill its boots. Don't they neck it quick? That's crazy. Look at that. Come on, grass snake. Left of what's left. So Tommy left his phone filming the Natrix enclosure. So we've got grass snakes and viperine snakes in here. And he left it filming for half an hour to see what actually did go on when there was no one disturbing them at feeding time. Fascinating. Now I've cut it right down because anything where there's no inactivity, I've actually cut that out. So there were gaps of 5 minutes, 10 minutes where we didn't say anything, but a lot went on. Cohabiting snakes, fascinating. Those that say you must never cohab snakes, they don't know what they're talking about. There's plenty of reasons not to, but we've got behaviour here that shows bullying, it shows stealing. We even get a glimpse of a baby grass snake from last year that I didn't know had ever produced any and survived in there. It's all going on. What you won't see, even when snakes are fighting, in this instance, is that any of them have eaten each other. And you would think a grass snake female would easily neck down a male viperine. But these have been in there now for a couple of years as a thriving community. Watch it, it's fascinating. It's got quite fat, that one. some food and they smelt it straight away, and the vipers were like, "Food, one minute now, look." They're filling their boots, but the grass snakes kind of stuck their heads out and then didn't come out. Look to the right of the pot.
Oh yeah.
But the grass snakes on it, really. Oh, hang on. Yes. Oh, they have. Someone's had a chick. That'll be good. Tommy's got it on slow-mo. Mm-hmm.